Hi, guys. Welcome back. I always feel like I can breathe when I jump on here. And every day always feels like it's getting a little bit better, a little bit easier, and we're getting through it. 2020 has been such a crazy year. So I want to start off by saying thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel. And this feels like a family to me. And also, I apologize about the backdrop. You guys know that I just relocated, so I don't have most of my stuff. My room is kind of hollow until the movers get here, and this is what it is. Maybe I should put the dog bed with the babies behind me. That would be fun. But with that being said, I wanted to jump on today because I want to talk about Darcey and Stacey. And thank God it's over, guys. It's over. And then also the Family Chantel, because why not? And I don't really have too much to ever talk about with Darcey and Stacey. So that's a great time where we usually bring on Fem Tarot, our psychic, and we're going to bring her back too. We have big plans. But just doing it by itself is so... So I added the Family Chantel, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. All right. Welcome in the room, everybody. Hi. Everybody, please like this video. It helps a lot. Helps get more eyes in the room. And I'm going to drop the link right away so you guys can start calling whenever you want. But let's start off with Darcey and Stacey, okay? Let's get it out of the way. So nothing's changed. Florian admitted that he cheated. Georgie's still married, right? Georgie's still married and now engaged. Guys, this whole final episode, they tried so hard, literally. You could tell they were reaching so hard to have something that got them back on the screens, right? They're pushing for a season 2. That whole baby thing where the woman commented on Georgie's Instagram, the fire emojis, and Darcey's like, "Do you have a baby with them?" It's like, this is crazy. I didn't, I thought you were going to say the sound is bad. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. This all sounds like a bunch of lies. Yeah, it sounds like I agree with you. I feel like this whole thing was pushing for a not a spinoff, but a second season at the end. And then, of course, Georgie had his own plans by proposing to Darcey. Now, what I don't understand is your dad's not for it. He knows that in order for this relationship to work, that, you need to get a divorce. He needs to get a divorce. And now Stacey was just giving her flack. And she was just giving Stacey flack for getting married after Florian just admitted to cheating. I don't really know what to say here except this smells so pre-produced. That's just how I feel. And I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm going a little stir crazy with no furniture, but this is so pre-produced. I say it, Jamal says it, anybody who comes on this channel says it. Again, guys, I dropped the link. If you guys want, go ahead and call in. I want to talk a little bit about them, but I really want to talk more about the Family Chantel. Darcey's drunk crying, that was also a little ridiculous, but that's just something we expect. We expect crying, we expect drama, and we expect everything to seem like it's not real, right? When she was drunk crying and she's like, "No, you need to tell me." Georgie kept his cool. He's so calm. He's just even keel, doesn't have that anger problem. And he just sits there and he's like, "I just told you. No. And what do you want him to say? It's like, how many times are you going to ask before you get the answer you don't want to hear? And the timeline didn't even match up. We're going to see what Dana has to say about this. Hi, Dana.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I hope you have at least a bed.
Oh, I have a bed.
That sounded pitiful. It's like, I have an air bed.
That's exactly what I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, it's an air bed.
Oh my God, bless your heart. If I was there, you would have a bed.
No, it's okay. This is honestly, this whole move has felt like such an adventure anyways. So from just the drive, the spending time with my family, I'm going a little stir crazy, but I was told October is going to be a lot of trials for me, and it has been. So November's supposed to be amazing.
Well, if you need guided meditation or hypnosis to get your anxiety down, I'm your girl.
Wow. Message me after this.
Okay.
Message
you on your Instagram?
Yeah, message me on Instagram.
Okay. Anyway, with Darcey, I just found it too convenient that she got engaged during the last episode. It felt scripted totally. I mean, how convenient. And that here is Stacey married and she's engaged. It felt like I went back and watched a couple of their original shows from a decade ago. And their husbands then are almost like a carbon copy of now.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they Eastern European?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh my gosh.
Although they seem to be doing better in their life now, the ex-husbands.
Where are they at?
I'm pretty sure they're in America. I think Darcey's husband is like doing really well.
Of course.
But
sorry, Darcey.
And I think, and you know, Stacey's husband won't let the boys appear on the show at all.
Yeah, I figured that. And it's interesting that she has the 2 boys and Darcey has the 2 girls. But honestly, he's really, if they got picked up for a second season, and I don't know how they could get picked up for a second season. This is just, nobody's really jiving with this. But if they did, his parents, or the dad, is really not going to let the boys on it now, because look at what Aspen and Aniko have been exposed to. It's so embarrassing.
I mean, I don't see how those girls are making it through high school. But I mean, have you seen them lately?
No.
On Instagram?
Oh yeah, on Instagram. And they do the TikToks, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if soon they're getting plastic surgery. I mean, they don't need it. They're gorgeous.
Well, no, yeah, they're gorgeous. But you know, this is kind of that classic. We've seen it on Real Housewives of Atlanta with Kim Zolciak.
Yeah.
Don't Be Tardy. We see it with her and her daughters, where they start to kind of morph into
Kim.
They look like little carbon copies. And, you know, I feel like Aniko and Aspen, though, are a little bit more, they seem like they kind of have their head on a little bit more, in the sense that everything that they see that their mom's doing, you could tell they're like, this is just, we don't know what to say.
Well, so I'm gonna bring Kim's youngest daughter.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up, Jamal?
Jamal.
Hey, Dana. Hi. What's going on?
All right. Darcey and Stacey.
Yeah, the episode didn't make sense because it didn't fit. It just, everything came out of nowhere. And her.
Do you know what I feel like? No, go ahead.
It's like when he asked her that whole dramatic pause. I'm like, if you just don't say yes and throw your legs around his head and let it go, you're playing with me.
You know, I if you think about it too, you can tell she really didn't know that he was going to do that, right? Maybe she knew that she was probably pushing for something like this to happen, because I feel like if she knew that was going to happen, she wouldn't have tried so hard with this stupid baby storyline, you know, like sitting there and being like drunk crying, like, tell me. He's like, no. She's like, tell me. He's like, no, it's not my baby. It's like, how many times do you want him to say it?
But she was like, but she took way too long to answer. She knew what she was waiting. She should have just said yes and let it, and we could have kept it moving.
Oh, yeah. You really love me.
Right.
Yeah.
Ma'am, don't make him change his mind. Don't make him change his mind. Don't make him change his mind.
Yeah, he's like, actually, he could be like this. He's probably like, oh, I don't know. Do I love you?
Right.
But Stacey's reaction when she sits down and she's like, first of all, I don't think Darcey is a materialistic woman. And I don't think that ring was probably going to fit what she was looking for. So she's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if she switches that out. What do you think about that?
Upgrades.
Yeah, she's going to upgrade it.
She's going to upgrade. She's going to upgrade. She probably bought it herself and got the receipt, but she needed the ring for the show, so she had to get it real quick. So she's going to take that ring that she bought herself and then upgrade it.
Okay. But look, remember when she said, well, with the first one, I got the ring and it wasn't an engagement ring.
Yeah, remember? It was the promise ring.
And then I got the key.
And the key was stupid. That was a build-up.
And now I have the real thing.
The key was like a slap in the face, to be honest. I have to give her that one. The key was just like especially after him seeing that happened to her on the first season of that, when she got the promise ring and we saw like, oh, it's not an engagement ring. Tom saw that. So he knew by giving her the key, that was a moment of shade for sure.
But can we all be honest with the whole Jessie situation, that she was mostly to blame for that failing? Because she nitpicked all the way through, and basically at the end, he was just sick of her. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to be mean.
Well, he was controlling from the start.
Yeah, I think she treated him like a child, though.
She did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, let me cut this, baby. And like Tom, she let Tom kind of court her like a woman and like a more of a man. And Jessie, she treated, I think because he was younger, and this is just my opinion, I feel like she just treated him like he was kind of her kid.
Oh yeah, I mean most, yeah, definitely. Because the way she would treat me, I'd be like, huh? I'm like, Jesse, run! Don't do it!
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do it!
All right. So I don't know if you, Dana, did you watch Family Chantel last night?
No, I mean I saw excerpts on it that I could catch on YouTube after the fact,
Okay.
but
Well,
I didn't watch the whole thing. No.
okay. Jamal, did you watch it?
Yeah, they sucked me in. I'm not gonna lie.
They got me too. Before I go on to that too, though, real quick, I forgot to say, Stacey's crying when she said, "Oh, we got engaged," and she like hugged her really tight, and that cry was, I felt like that was a little bit excessive and put on too. But that's it. I feel like the whole thing is excessive and put on.
When they cry, it's always over the top. That's what they're known for, is the cry. It's getting dumped and crying. So since they didn't get dumped this time, they had to make up with more crying. So it's okay. I can accept that.
Okay, I just think with Darcey's engagement, I feel like he's got so many women still messaging him that, I mean, he put on the tears on the boat to act like he was really connected to her, and he may be to some degree, but I feel like this is an opportunistic.
Yes, this is a come up. This is definitely a come up in the way that he talks about. First of all, this isn't going to work. I can tell you why. You're dealing with an incredibly insecure woman. And I hate to say that that's not a disrespectful thing, but when you put yourself on reality TV, you put yourself kind of under the eye to be scrutinized a little bit. And I think we can all take that away, is that she's really not the most secure person. So him getting DMs and messages, like if my fiance got messages, I would be like, oh, good for you, dude. But obviously if he stepped out, there would be a huge problem, but she is not going to be able to take messages. And then you're putting him on this platform in front of everybody and really putting him on national television where he's going to get tons of messages from women all over the world. And she is not going to be able to handle that.
No, she's going to self-implode.
Thank you, Hermione. We love and adore you too.
I think if they had featured more of their actual family and their friends, because to me their friends were hilarious and entertaining, they would have gotten the second season.
Yeah, or they're gonna have to implement. Yeah, Raina. What is the friend's name?
And other little chick.
Yeah, but they're funny. But
Gina, or whatever her name is.
And also Florian arriving with the bling and trying trying to step up his game because he saw Georgie. And I just want to say that too. He saw Georgie show up to the picnic and he knows that they're going to keep bringing their game. But I don't think putting on a piece of costume jewelry around your neck is exactly.
And his arm. I mean, it's like this thick.
And then the glasses that were like this, but it's like he went into H&M and just went nuts. But that's all I want to say about that.
He just went into Stacey's closet. Let's be real. He ain't went and bought nothing. He went to Stacey's jewelry box, threw something on, and it came on out. We know what's up. It's okay.
But what's pitiful about it, there's nothing about this show that is supportive or uplifting of women, period. I mean, it takes you back 50 years because Darcey is so desperate, she just latches on to the next thing to have a man.
And that's the worst example. And again, I'm not a parent. I've never been a parent, so I can't say anything. But it just doesn't seem like that is what you would want your kids to grow up seeing, is this cycle of just like being hurt and not letting men treat you right, not letting men treat her with respect. She's always upset. And have those girls, honestly, respectfully, have those girls seen a figure that makes sense, that like a healthy relationship from any angle?
And it's like, come on in this garage, baby. I mean, look at how many intimacies that she's had publicly.
Yeah. And then some of the comments that when she's like laying in the bed with Georgie and she's lifting up the blanket and she's like, wow. And it's like, no, your daughter has to go, like you said, your daughters have to go back to high school. That's awful. I would hate to be Aniko and Aspen. I mean, I think they're eating it up because they get attention too now, but.
So then one of, their potential suitors, for lack of better, have in their mind when they look at Aniko and Aspen, are they thinking, oh, easy marks?
I think so.
Oh yeah, they'll get dates because they're quote unquote famous, or their mom is famous. Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Exactly.
I mean, it's not just about dates. What if whoever they're dating think that they can just have a free for all because of how their mom is? That's what concerns me.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were trying to say it was almost like, you know how like if you see one of those shows like Crisley Knows Best or Don't Be Tardy, when the girls start dating, their boyfriends come onto the show. So somebody could start dating them too for a come up, because the girls are starting to get to that age. Their mom's going to let them date because the storyline would make more dimension to the show. Even though that they are in high school, she would be like, what? I'm not letting you date him. And she would still make it a storyline without letting it be a storyline. You know what I mean?
Well, but I mean, you don't know if they're going to get, some are going to be, I don't want to say the word on here, but trying to be more physically aggressive with them because of.
Yeah, because you think that they know that their mom is a little bit of a pushover and lets men run over them. So you feel like other people are going to be able to do that?
Yeah, or trying
to
to.
the daughters. Yeah. Jamal, what do you think about that?
I just hope the girls don't pick up on this online dating habit, meeting boys like in Eastern Europe or Brazil or whatever. I mean, like, but it's funny, they seem to have more head on their shoulders than their mothers do.
Yeah, they're pretty wise.
They're what, 14 to 16 in that range. They just seem to be. They're like, Mom, no, like again. I'm like, y'all are more level-headed than your mothers, but they seem to have after the grandfather.
Yeah, they look at their mom and they look at their mom and their Aunt Stacey like, you guys are just, they kind of, it's like a little circus a little bit. You like the daughters like sit back and they're like, oh, here they go. They just, that also, by the way, is going to be that's sometimes damaging too. I just want to point this out, is when you have a parent who is in the limelight and has this sort of attention, whether it's good or bad, sometimes that overshadows what a kid actually needs in like a normal growing up environment. You know what I mean? Like a normal setting. But because then the kid just gets shoved back to the shadows.
I mean, what are they getting out of this?
But I think this helps them a little bit because they're actually on the show. So they're not as pushed back as normal as other kids would be, because they're actually a part of the process, a part of the show. So I think it's going to help them. But I still agree with your point. Yeah,
but so you said, Dana, what do they get out of this? So pretty much like Don't Be Tardy, like Brielle and all of her kids. So now they have these social media followings on Instagram. They're considered influencers. I mean, all platforms, but especially Instagram. And when they make a post, they get like $30,000, $50,000. So this notoriety, like Jamal said, if they get a second season, whatever, their followers will start going up, and then they'll become brand ambassadors, and that's how they'll make their money. That's what they get.
The kids.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying emotionally, spiritually, as far as their
nothing.
Growth.
No, they get damaged. I feel like people get damaged from reality shows. I mean, I just think that reality shows you have to have a lot of hype. Actually, this is such a great transition to this. Guys, 247 in the room. Please press like. It helps tremendously. This is a good transition to this because the Family Chantel, they sucked me into, Jamal, because they don't hold back. That is a fighting family. That is a crazy, like, I've been with my family the last 2 weeks and we've probably gotten into 20 fights. I'm not even kidding. We've walked out of restaurants. We're just stuck in the same place and we're all moving and it's just a lot happening. So it's a lot, but that family is just a fighting family and they're going to regret when this is all done, watching back, seeing just, man, like I called her a B word. You called it. It's just, they go nuts.
I did when I saw, was it Pedro, her husband, Chantel's husband?
Yeah, Pedro.
When he was taking the driving lesson.
No, did you see him? He was like this. He was like this.
I thought I put me.
I was sitting there watching it with my mom, and my mom's like, that job, the woman instructor job, like that, her job would give anyone anxiety. Because she's like, no, go, gas, brake, turn, stop honking. Why was he honking?
Anxiety.
Oh, he's just like, Honk.
Every time a car got near him,
My
he
God.
felt like he needed to honk.
The honk every time. That was super. Don't honk. We just
What
don't
does
honk at people.
What does Pedro do? He was waiting, just out of curiosity, wasn't he waiting for Chantel to finish school and then he said he was going to start doing stuff?
Yeah, he works in a warehouse currently. He hates it. So once Chantel finished her degree in school,
He's going to
she
school.
was going to get a job to take care of the finances so he could go to school to improve himself.
Well, let me just say really quick, and this isn't a dig, it's just an observation. I've done a lot of interviews, like a lot of interviews, and I'm sure we all have. That was probably one of the worst interviews I've ever seen. It seemed like it was
It started with her.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, it started with that suit she wore. Why would you wear that?
Oh,
It didn't fit properly.
I'm talking about the way she carried herself, like when she's sitting there talking and she's like, hi. And for the woman to ask you, are you nervous? It's like, oh man, you know? And then the woman was nice on camera. She was like, no, I think she's going to be a great fit. And I'm like, where did you get that out of that? But then you think about it, and this woman's business will be all over TLC if she hires Chantel. So that just makes sense that she would probably hire her if she could pass her test.
Oh yeah, and she fits what you think of when you think of someone of plastic surgery. She's attractive, she's pleasant, she's engaging. That's what you kind of want. But her interview wasn't the best. Like, she wasn't prepared. Like, when you say you do research, when you already have that answer, so you always like, yes, I researched, all the plastic surgeons in the area. I took a top 10. I narrowed them down to my top 5, and you were on the list. So this is why I wanted to apply here.
Exactly. And this is why, boom, boom, boom. This is what I love about this place. This is what I feel like I can learn from this place. This is what I'm excited to, or this is why I'm excited to be a part of the family. There's so many. She needs to learn how to take control over an interview. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to rip it anymore, but she just needs to learn how to, if she, especially, well, now she has time because she has to go back to school, which is the way Pedro handled that. I actually felt bad for her.
Oh, I did. Totally.
Yeah, the way Pedro handled that was kind of ridiculous in a way because I think it takes you back to those, we have like it's cultural differences, because I was sitting there watching it and I talked to Jason about it, and Jason's like, yeah, but when he was living in Japan over there, if you don't do something right in school or whatever, it's not like, oh, it's okay, baby, it'll get better, you fix it. It's like, oh no, why did you do it wrong? You failed, you're wrong. It's like, wow.
That's not the way I took his expression. The way I took his reaction was this: man, now I have to be stuck in a warehouse for the next semester while you're like finishing up what you should have done in the first place. So it had nothing to do with her failing. He was just mad that he couldn't leave his job right away and go to school because he hates that job so much.
Well, he could have been stuck in the DR with Nicole and Lydia.
No, so true, so true.
But there's no reason that he can't go to school and work at the same time. I did.
Well, yeah, but then he can't drive.
Take an Uber. Get on the bus. Ride a bike.
Yeah.
They're in the city, aren't they? I mean, they're in Atlanta.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I mean, he could definitely multitask. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like he could definitely multitask, but I guess that's exactly what he's doing. He's working this job and then waiting for her to get stable so he can go to school.
He's young. Go to school. Do it online. That's an excuse, in my opinion.
What did you think about when you saw Nicole tell all of her friends in Dominican Republic about Alejandro and working in a cell phone store? And I can't believe that they said it's like you're going down in status. I was like, what?
I was like, he has a job. I'm like, if he's getting commission, he's making some good money selling them cell phones. So he's sending her flowers. He's checking in on her. I'm like, what are your men? Do y'all have men? What do your men do? Actually, what do you do? What is your job?
Yeah, well, but you know what though? Unfortunately, it doesn't matter unless they come in just like completely, they have their stuff together, and Chantel and Pedro have like absolutely nothing to say. They're going to pick on everyone, because what happened was everyone picked on Chantel and Pedro. So now anybody who comes into the family is going to get it. And it's just because that's exactly what they received. And that's what they're going to give back. Like Chantel has a chip on her shoulder for Anjanette. She's ready to take her down. She had a chip on her shoulder. What's his name? Jaws? Jaws?
Ja.
Ja?
Just Ja. Yeah.
Ja. So she got him taken care of. It's like she's just boom, boom, boom. She's like, who's next? Alejandro? Let's go. It's like...
It's like a fraternity.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see. This is going to last forever. They're going to have this chip on their shoulder forever because Pedro's mom and his sister are never going to end up getting along with Chantel or her family. So there's always going to be that rift. They can never get together. And now she's talking to this Alejandro guy. So I'm sure Chantel's eating it up, just like Nicole knows she will when she's sitting right next to Pedro. And Pedro's like, is this guy for real? And it's like, what happened? What went so wrong? And that guy looks a little bit bigger than you, Pedro. I might calm down for a second, but Pedro's not afraid to fight.
Along. They can't get along, otherwise there'll be no show. So of course it's gonna be that chip's gonna stay there.
I love the fact that he's got the expensive perfume.
Oh, I love the fact that she breaks the expensive perfume.
Yeah,
I think that's so fun.
His perfume.
Did we get it? Guys, 306 in the room. Thank you, guys. Everybody hit like. It helps tremendously. Did we? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, go ahead.
Did you guys catch when the producer asked Chantel, like, have you had any work done? She's like, I prefer not to talk about things that don't matter. I was like, okay, I got you.
Well,
I see you, Chantel. I see you.
It's her right?
You know, though, unfortunately, there's so many TLC superfans. Somebody out there is going to go get that receipt, and they're going to come back and be like, boom, Chantel got this done. It's the people are relentless. Now everybody, just because she left that out there lingering, somebody's out there like, I'm going to find out.
I just love the fact that she did that. She's like, I just prefer not to talk about things that just don't matter. I was like, that kind of matters because it's a question.
So wait, I'm curious really quick. Going back to Mama Lydia in the DR, did we ever prove, because last night Karen made the statement about, oh, well, at least, you know, her family doesn't have like that ring where they hook people up with Americans. Did we ever prove if that was real or not?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that either. I wondered that myself.
So it's just, so far, it's completely alleged.
From what I haven't seen anything in the blogs, nothing online. So I had to say it's alleged at this point.
Okay, it's alleged. Okay, well, it's better to be alleged than be proved. I mean, technically, Carol Baskin's alleged.
But if they proved it to be true, that could cause issues with the show, I think.
That would probably get the show canceled, honestly, because any kind of huge discrepancy like that, or like a big thing that comes up. I mean, Jamal, don't you think it would get it canceled?
It's TLC, but
they're firing for every. Larissa got fired for Cam Soda.
That's because that's considered straight up porn. That's why. And I'm just surprised that TLC has morals clauses in there anyway with the people they bring on the show. I mean, you brought Jeffrey Paschal on with his records, so I didn't think the morality would be a problem, but I guess it is.
Yeah, and maybe instead of just well, it's like they like to have the drama of firing people too. So it's almost like they instead of just doing a background check when you hire these people and you sign these contracts for TLC, because the simple background, I'm sure they have to do background checks. So you already know this. You're just waiting you want the people to connect with that person. And then you want to make a big thing and drop a headline that says TLC had to fire this person because of X, Y, and Z. TLC has morals. And it's like, that's all. I just feel like they already know about
that's already dirty and messy, because you know that they know.
Yeah, they have to know.
When they started out with all of this, it was, how heart-tugging, how romantic, you know, love across the country or love across the world. And the more that it's gone on, it's been like everybody's jumping in, trying to get on with their story and making up all this stuff or all this muddy, dirty stuff going on. And it's just desperate. You have to really pay attention to find out which couple's real.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
You have to pay attention, but then they also make it kind of obvious. Like when you have people like Brittany and Yaz, it's like, oh, we know you're fake, but hopefully, but it's like you're hoping they're entertaining at that point. That's what you're hoping. That's what you're really hoping. But then you have someone like Jenny and Submit. You're like, well, y'all was on Catfish, so we know what y'all about. Okay, we hope you're entertaining. So TLC makes it very easy to figure out who's not real. but then from there they're going for entertainment value.
Do you think that we are? I know that we got the rumor about Britney and Soulja Boy allegedly trying to get together and come on to 90 Day. Do you feel like that's true or no? I don't think TLC would do that.
Yeah, because they already fired him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or they fired Lisa, not him.
Yeah,
so,
technically they fired Lisa, so they could bring him back because they never released a statement about him.
No, they didn't. I mean, it would, but Britney's too problematic to bring back. That's the issue.
Yeah.
But
why would you bring that back?
They brought Colt back.
I mean, but Colt wasn't running around talking about the King of Jordan, though. I mean, I'm just saying that's a lot.
True.
Wow, this is interesting. Wait, what happened? Yes, there was a foreign woman who was suspected to be a traffic victim, and Caesar and David were giving their money to the Russian mob through those websites.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, okay, so apparently there's a lot of scandal out there. Remember baby girl Lisa? There was all those rumors. I don't even want to get into that because she will message you on Instagram and rip you a new one. Like Lisa she's on it. If you mention her or talk about anything and it's not in a positive light, she's on it. I was actually surprised. I think I said this to you guys, but Angela Deem messaged me on Instagram the other day because she went back and we had that conversation when she made that little hot sauce cocktail, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, I don't know what I said on a live. I was like, I don't even know what was in that cocktail. And Jamal, it might've been you who explained it to me, maybe. And she wrote me and she's like, oh, I just want to say I saw your live and you're such a nice guy and you're super sweet and thank you for being so nice. And I was like, what?
From what I see, these 90 Day stars, they're on their social media and their comments because we have to remember they're looking for like longer fame than what 90 Day can really provide. So they're gonna stretch out any type of comment, good or bad, to stay in the like, oh, like if she had been mean, like, oh, Angela Dean like was mean to blogger, blah 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 blah. So they're really trying to work on stretching this out versus other reality TV stars. They know they're probably going to be on for a few seasons, so they don't have to worry as much about their comments. They really don't care. But the 90 Day stars, like social media is really a part of their job. Like it's not just.
I think Big Ed has done he's probably one of the best ones who's maximized his social media and how much money he makes. I think he charges $400 for a 15-minute one-on-one. Or a 10-minute one-on-one? Have you seen that?
Good Lord.
No, I don't.
On Cameo.
I didn't want to see you on my screen for free. Why would I pay for you? No.
Yeah. Oh no, he's proud. He's like, no, I'm Big Ed, and it even says on the Cameo, or it did. It might. You guys can check it out. But on Cameo, you can do a private conversation with him for like 10 minutes. It's like, or maybe it's even 5 minutes. It's like something ridiculous for $400, and he'll dress up in any costume that you want that he has, and you get to pick which costume if you want him to dress up like a chicken or like a sumo wrestler, or he dresses up for you.
He better be magic for $400.
Yeah. Bethany Frankel's $250. How is he $400?
I want 3 wishes for $400, and they better come true.
Right. Yeah. You guys see that Lana's on Cameo now? I'm like, okay.
Who? Lana's doing it?
Lana's on Cameo.
Why would she be on Cameo? Who wants to see Lana?
And she's charging like basically $50 Canadian.
Okay.
I'm like, but
go on, Lana, make your money.
I'm like, but you would have like 5 minutes total screen time. How did you? Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
You gotta make our money. So back to Chantel and them. Like, have we all come to the conclusion that she is a narcissist and Karen enables her? Can we agree on that?
Well, she's Karen's Kim. Chantel is Karen's Kim, and she's the one who the show is called the Family Chantel, right? So if that is in fact her Kim, then all these other kids, you can totally tell that Karen like wrangles them for the conversations, for the get-togethers, for the meetings, to make sure that they all have their own little storylines. She's taking the daughter to go check out the weight loss thing, to look into possibly what she could be doing with her weight loss journey and whatever the case is. Karen is right there behind her. Karen is also the one talking to Royal, knowing that Royal's upset about how Pedro and Chantel were questioning him about Anjanette. Karen's facilitating that conversation. She's taking control.
But we know, you can just tell Chantel is her fame has gone to her head, and she's kind of lost her mind sometimes. So I like it when the sister calls her a dumb blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, you might as well tell her.
Oh,
just get it out.
I think it's fair sometimes to just respectfully. I don't condone like ripping somebody apart, but I do feel like it's fair. People need to get checked sometimes, and just like kind of hey dude, you're up here right now. You got to just bring it back down here because your head's getting a little bit big and you're starting to hurt people's feelings and it's not cool. And a lot of people, once they start getting into this reality TV stuff, I've even talked to YouTubers who have talked to me and they're like, have you had it yet where you walk into Walmart and somebody notices you? And I'm like, no, I haven't had that because, well, one, I don't go to Walmart, and two, it's just YouTube. And I don't feel like that it's that big of a, No.
Adam, let's be real. You be ordering on Instacart. You ain't going to no store.
Yeah.
Adam, I do delivery.
He just said, I don't go to Walmart. I'm like, hey.
I used to love Walmart, but then my brother came over one night and gave us a whole YouTube video, unless it was trash, about all of their wrong ethics and stuff. And then he drilled it in our head when he was staying with me for like a summer. And I was like, okay, I won't go to Walmart. I'll go to Target. And now I just like Jamal said, Instacart. Jason and I just Amazon Prime everything. Every day there's a new box at the house, whether it's like a dog thing or a blanket or a new pillow, or he wants waters or groceries. I'm like, dude, do you go anywhere?
No,
not with the COVID.
With the groceries, when I was really worried about COVID, I was having it shipped to the house, but then I noticed all the extra fees attached, and I was like,
well, I mean, with the COVID too, I mean, it's a whole different world. And going out shopping, I had this woman the other day because I had this guy who was standing behind me because he was up against the door and it was paced out 6 feet, but I was at a gas station. And so it was going all the way out the door. And the guy was so close to me that I had to inch up a little bit past the tape line of 6 feet. And the woman turns around and looks at my mom and she's like, do you understand? This is COVID. And then she looks at my mom and calls her a dumb BIT. And I was like, ah. Oh. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know where we're at. And my mom was like, no, that is not. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this right now. But people are aggressive and it's a crazy time. My mom was ready to mop the floor with this woman.
Yes, I agree with Mom. You're supposed to take your mama's purse, hold her earrings. Go handle that, Mom. Go get it.
I'm like, I got you, Mom. That. I'll hold it.
Right. That's what you do.
No, I got to protect Mom and not put her out there. Listen, that 80-year-old woman might have beat my mom's butt. You never know.
My mom has no filter, none. And that's why I'm so easygoing, because look, my background psychology, in every family, there has to be balance. So if you've got a hot-headed mom, you're going to have a low-level kid. You look at your family and you see the dynamics of it.
Do you feel like that? You feel like that's true?
Yeah. If you look at the kids in your family, there has to be balance in every family. So if you've got some hot-headed kids or hot-headed parents, or one's hot-headed and one's calm, you'll see through the children where there's different personality types that balance out the family.
Out of me and my two closest brothers, I can notice that, because my one brother is like a light switch. He can pop off really quick. I'm super even keel, and then my other brother's even more calm than I am. But my dad's a calm guy. My mom, she'll pop off just like all of our moms will. Thank you, Hermione. Our chats won our own Adam Angels spinoff. Me too. Thank you, Tina. Love you too. 382 in the room, guys. Let's see if we can hit 400. Hit that like button. But I do want to say, going back to the Family Chantel really quick, there was one more point that I had, because I just thought it was as ridiculous as I think Chantel can be. I don't know why I say the title of the reality series Chantel, and then I say her name Chantel. But as difficult as I think Chantel can be, I thought I don't celebrate Christmas because of X, Y, and Z. It's like at this point, just throw on the sweater and sit down and take the family photo. And it doesn't have to be a whole big, don't you think, or no?
It's a piece of clothes. Put it on, take it off.
Yeah, if you don't want to celebrate Christmas, dude, then just stay out of White Elephant. You don't have to play the White Elephant game. Nobody will give you a stocking. You don't get that stuffed and you don't get a gift. No problem, but you're still a part of the family. Jump in the photo.
Exactly. It's just a picture, maybe 2 or 3, and let it go.
Yeah. I agree.
Who do you think are the calm ones in that family? There's so many hotheads. Who do you think are the balanced figures in that family?
I would probably have to say Thomas, the dad, would probably be the most calm. I'm trying to think in my head because Winter. I think Winter's really calm. I just think that this is a buildup because I think the family, just the way that they treat her, it's kind of intense. There's really nobody who's calm in that family, though. Nobody. Not one person who's not willing to pop off. They're all ready at any given time. Like, I'm looking forward to most next week. That's what I'm going to ask you guys before we jump off here. And then we have Super Bravo Tuesday coming up. But for me, I'm looking forward to next week not seeing Darcey and Stacey, and the fact that Pedro is going to sit down with Alejandro and he's having this intense conversation. He's almost talking to the guy like with such disrespect, like the guy's a joke. He's looking at the guy like you're a joke. Even if the guy works in a cell phone store, the man has a job. He's paying a astronomical amount of money for perfume a year. And it's like, it can't be that bad for you to come in with that chip on your shoulder, so aggressive, but I am excited to see it. And like Jamal said, they sucked me in. They did suck me in.
I guess I'm going to have to sit.
I think I'm looking for. Yeah, it's good. I mean, like, they're a real family. You could tell they fight like a real family, which is what I like to see. So I'm okay with the foolishness. I'm just looking for. I want to know if Alejandro's married. That's what I want to know, because Pedro asked him how you got to the States, and I want to know if he's currently married, was married, got a couple kids. That's what I want to know.
The dark secrets that are hidden.
Sorry about that, guys. I have a hollow house and a barking dog. No.
He's so cute. What's his name?
This is Theo. And Theo, you can't bark. Okay. Okay. Moving is so stressful, guys. So I'll see you on Super Bravo Tuesday. All right. Jamal, did you say what you're looking forward to most?
Yes, I'm looking forward to basically seeing how Alejandro is in the States.
Oh.
I want to know if he's married or does he have kids.
Oh, that's what's going to come up. He's going to have kids by a woman in the States. Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm leaning to that one.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, Dana, Jamal, I appreciate you both carrying this through with me and also sticking with me through in this move. This has been just... and the barking and the hollow room and the air bed. Just pray for me, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And thank you, everybody, for the super chats and super stickers. You guys are the best. Thank you, Hermione. Thank you, Tina. That was super sweet of you. And everyone else, you don't have to do that. It's really awesome that you guys support this channel. This feels like a big family. If you haven't already, please like this video. I love you guys. I'm going to go see what my dog was barking about. And I'll see you in a little bit at 1:30 for Super Bravo Tuesday, 30 minutes. See you soon. Bye.